Hello, cruisers. Trent here, and today I welcome you to cruise along with me. It's been a pretty crazy couple of days. It started on Monday, and this is going to kind of affect my cruise journeys quite a bit. So listen up. Let's get to it. If you remember, at the end of my last contract, I started making videos, or in my weekly updates, I told you how I was getting really stressed. My direct manager was treating me very poorly, treating me different how she treated the rest of the team. She wasn't allowing me to go on shore excursions, just treating me very, very nasty. And if you recall, I was worried if I was actually going to be invited back for another contract because she was messing up my reviews, just doing anything she could. And people had told me that, like, Trent, you should be worried about your job. Trent, go to HR. Trent, just watch yourself, because they were worried and they have heard some things from her speaking negatively about me, saying that she does not like me as a person. I'm not going to mention any names in this video, but yeah, just overall, she did not enjoy me. So I was terrified. But then comes the day I was supposed to leave, and when you leave, you get paperwork that says your return date or if you're not coming back. And I sat down with her. She gave me my final review. My final review was surprisingly good. I think because at this point I went to the HR so many times, and the general manager knows me. He was getting letters from me from guests, and he knows that I would always come into work and do my best. And I think she was kind of strong-armed into giving me a good review. And the review was good. She said that I was invited back from another contract. And right there I was like, hey, I just want to be honest with you. I want to build a relationship more next time. I want to be that really strong player for you in that department. And so on the day I left, I got something. It says sign off for vacation, 11/18, return date 2/3/2024, and then must email your ship's administration 1 week after signing off to confirm that you're coming back. So I was supposed to be coming back here in 2 weeks, which, I wasn't worried at all. So a week after I left, I sent an email just saying, hey, I'm looking forward to returning on 2/3/2024. If you need me any earlier, let me know. I'm excited to come back. Well, that email never got a response, but my first contract, I never got a response either. So it was really no harm, no foul. I wasn't really worried about that. But then on Monday, I emailed again saying, aloha, just following up to make sure I'm all good to return on the 3rd. If you need me to come back sooner, I can. And then I got the following email, same day, about 30 minutes after. Aloha, you need to send an email to rehire. Thank you. And in my mind, I was like, why would I have to send an email to rehire? This seems really, really off. So I just said, hello, just to confirm, even though I'm not a rehire, I should still reach out to this email. And she says, hello, your file has been closed. If you would like to return, you need to send an email to rehire. So as you can see, there's not really any information in that email. And at this point, I start freaking out a little bit. I'm like, what's going on? I didn't have to do this before. I have a solid return date. And then I send this email to a few of my friends who work on a ship. I was like, hey, have you ever seen this? And they were like, I bet she tried to pull something once you left. I bet she's trying to make it so you cannot not come back. And I'm like, I think you're right. So then I continue to email them. I send 3 emails. I'm really worried at this point, saying, sorry, I'm really confused. Why has my file been closed? I was given a return date when I left originally. Would you like my paperwork? I just left a voicemail for you. I'd appreciate a call back. And then I sent a picture of my paperwork saying my return date. And again, you saw what that letter looked like when I was reading it originally. And then I sent an email to rehire with a picture of this letter saying, hello, I was never fired and I was told to be coming back. I've been getting my vacation pay like normal. Now, if you're terminated with, at least for my position, you get all of your vacation pay in one large sum. I was still getting it every other week, so I was thinking, like, why do I have anything to worry about at all? So, and then they sent me something saying, hey, this is automatically generated email. You'll hear back to us in 2 to 6 weeks. I was like, that's a long time. So then I start, messaging more people on the ship, and they're like, Trenton, this is really, really strange. If you got fired, they have to tell you got fired. And some of them were in the office when my manager told me I'd be coming back, and they're like, yeah, she told you to your face that you're coming back. I do not know what's happening. I've never seen this before, but I really think she tried to pull something. And at this point, I message my the manager, the one that I don't think enjoys me very much, and I say, hey, for some reason I'm being told I'm not coming back. Could you help me fix this? Hi, Trenton. I checked with HR, and it looks like you're not bringing you back. Sorry, I'm not in charge of rescheduling. That is a complete lie. I have talked to another manager that they are in charge of rescheduling. If they want you back in your department, you're coming back. I said, did they give a reason? And then she just said, no, but probably your poor performance last contract. I was like, okay, fine with that. And then I get another email from someone else. Good morning, Trenton. Unfortunately, you were marked as a non-rehirable. For further information, please contact this email. So I contacted that email, sent a huge letter just about everything I went through last contract, how I think this is unfair, how I went to HR, how I try to cover myself every step of the way, how I did everything correctly, how I talked to the GM, how my other people in my department that were my supervisors also told me that she never talked with them, that these scores should be invalid, that, and I didn't even give in my review in October. And I told them that. I was like, hey, I never got my October review. I did not see a thing that is on that because she says that staff captain has it, which you are required to give your review every single month. So when she was giving my leaving review, I had this terrible review, and then I had this really, really, or not really, really good, but it was a better review that qualified me to come back. And I think now the reason, and I state this in the email, I was trying to leave her department. I wanted to get out of that hostile space, so I tried to apply to a different department. Well, as soon as I told her I applied for a different department, she went and did my review and lowered the scores so much that I would not be eligible to work in another department. Because, quote unquote, from someone, she said, I do not want him in this department. I do not want him on this ship. So she really does not like me. I do not know why. I think I'm really, really cruise-tastic. So then a day later, I get a call from the guy who sent me that email saying that I was non-rehirable. And he said, hey, I just got a call from the higher-ups where they rescinded their decision. You are okay to come back. And I was like, do you know why I was fired to begin with? He's like, honestly, I have no idea. This is really weird. So I said, okay, am I coming back on February 3rd? He's like, well, that's fully booked. You can come back May 1st. I'm like, May 1st? That's really far away, and I have my brother's wedding that month. That's way too far, and I wouldn't even be able to work in May. So then he's like, okay, get those dates and call me back. So I got the dates, emailed him, called him back, and now I'm coming back June 2nd or 3rd, which is a long time away. And then today I got another call. That email that was originally sent to me that I should email actually went to every single HR manager in the whole fleet. I should not have emailed that email because it went to a ton of people. A ton of people got this letter where I'm just going through and saying everything my boss did wrong, basically, and how I've been treated and how I feel about this. And about probably like 20, 30 individuals got this email, and they probably sent it. So I got a call from this like very, very high up HR person today. And she's like, hey, Trent, I know you talked to so-and-so yesterday, but I just want to say in the future, can you please not use that email to send out? She said, I don't know how you even got it. I said, well, it was actually emailed directly from the person on my ship saying if I wanted to know why I was fired to email them directly. And she's like, what? I was like, yeah, I was sent on the ship, and they said that they did not know why I was fired, and that email this, and they can help me. And she's like, that actually went to everyone out in the whole fleet. Please, again, do not email that. I was like, great. Well, I have you on the phone. Can you please tell me why I was fired? And she's like, well, it was a mistake. I don't think you were meant to be fired. I think it was just a clerical error. She said, you did nothing wrong. And I'm like, something's fishy about this. This does not seem 100% accurate, but I was like, okay. I was like, I was supposed to come back February 3rd, February 3rd, as you know. Now they have me coming back in June. Yeah, June. And I said, at this point, I've not had a job for 3 months. I've been getting vacation pay. But I said, I can't work for another 4 months. I said, I know that someone that just quit my department got called or emailed yesterday to come back. I said, why am I having to wait 4 months? And I said, this person turned it down, so can I take that spot? And that's kind of where it leaves it today. She's like, well, if anything opens up in the meantime that's sooner than your current date, I'll have someone reach out to you. You will be able to go back to the ship. You may have to go back in a 2-day notice. And that's the end of this story, which really kind of makes this whole new cruise journey questionable where I'm going to end up. As you know, I'm currently in the process with Park West doing their training for art. That has some pros and cons to it. I was thinking I was going to come back as Shore Excursions, though, and try to transfer to a different department. Now I applied at Carnival, Royal, all those I've been applying for. But it just really does a shroud of mystery, because before I knew that if nothing worked out, I'd be going back in February, no harm, no foul. Everything would be great. Everything would be grand. I would have the whole wide world in the palm of my hands. And now that's not true. So I have to get a job here. I have to find either something part-time, full-time. And then that leads again, if they call me and say I have to go in 3 days, then I have to basically screw over this job and just, that's the end of this video. So as you can see, it's been a stressful few days. I'm still my same cruise-tastic self. I still really want to go back on a cruise ship. I think I still love Shore Excursions. It's just, as you can see, this, my last little bit of my contract wasn't fun, and this past few days hasn't been fun. It was really confusing about all of this, and I think that can kind of show everyone who's watching this video that the cruise journey is not always lollipops and sunshine. It can sometimes be some stormy weather. The waves can be rough. But cruisers, I want you to I want you to comment, I want you to subscribe. Let me know what you think of this whole situation. And cruisers, I will cruise with you next time. See you soon.
Please subscribe to my channel. It will make me feel really special.